Hi! Welcome to the next Cities Skylines realistic building tutorial. Today I want to show you how you can make and set up an intersection using intersection marking tool, node controller, traffic manager and other mods. I'll overdo it quite a bit for intersection of this size, as you can see in the background. The tutorial is more about to show you easy ways so you can use it for your own intersection designs. There's not only one true way to do it. Across the world many different marking standards exist, and the nice thing about standards is everybody can make one up. If you want to follow along, all required mods are linked in the description. Let's get to it! I simply started with this asymmetrical road. 3 lanes in one direction, 2 in the other. And if you're wondering how did I get the asphalt so dark, that's quite simple. With network skins, push that button and then you can change the road color to whatever you like. And as you can see, there are 3 segments on each side. A segment is from the node to the first big line here. You don't need to use 3, one should be enough, but for the sake of tutorial I choose 3. So traffic can pile up a little bit. Now first let's get the functionality sorted using the traffic manager and the lane connectors. We want to have the traffic decide early on where they want to go, if they want to go left, straight or right. So hit there, Control S, right click, the next node, Control S, and then repeat it for all the other incoming nodes. Then we come to the center, so left should always go left, straight goes always just straight in that left lane, and right goes always right in the right lane. And now repeat it for the other 3 roads as well. And that leaves us with that. So the right turn traffic never intersects with any other traffic. So at any time you can turn right, no matter the traffic lights. Next up we need the node controller. Click on the intersection and we want to get rid of the intersection markings, like the crossings here. It's only the visuals, there are still crossings. And I want to increase the offset a bit so we have smoother turns. I think I want to go for about 25. Yeah, 25 is nice. Now we're getting to the fun part, intersection marking tool. Click on the intersection, hold shift and get the pedestrian crossings in. Good, now that's done. We grab that line here, going to the left, same again, so that is correct. We have a solid line to the left and the right. We will change up these lines later, but for now it helps us to visualize what goes where. Then with the straight, go straight. And with right, goes right. Whoops, that was the wrong one. Simply switch it to solid. Now we repeat it with all other streets. So that leaves us with that. Just double check again if you got all the lines in, and then we are starting to get the stop lines in from here to here. So we can use these standard line, but I prefer to have a thicker stop line, which I already made in my templates. If you want to know how to create a template, you simply make up your settings and then hit this Save as Template button, which lets you set a name and then save change. I don't want to, I already did that. And then you got them in your templates. and can then simply apply by using apply template. So I want the big stop line like that and repeat it for all the other sides as well. And now, before we change the lines, we get the fillers in everywhere where no traffic is crossing, like these sections, these sections, these sections, by holding Alt. And you see, it highlights you which points are connecting. So we want to go down in that line. So that is the wrong one, that is the right one. Going here, going to the next one, and bam, filler. So to better see for now what we are doing, we set them to solid and give it another color like red. Good. And so that we don't have to do that each time, we copy that, hold Alt again, and move to the next one. And then hit paste. Which leaves us with that. As you can see, that's the left turn, that's the straight, that's the right turn. And everything where no car is crossing is red now. And at this point you should grab some tea or coffee, because we will sit here for a while reworking the lines. Alright, so the standard we will apply to the lanes here is on the left of each line. We are going to have a dotted guiding line, except where it connects to the red fillers. That stays a solid line. And on the right there will be nothing. And again, except where it connects to a filler. That stays a solid line. So let's go to the lines. Not the stopping line, but the action line. That stays like that. Good. That is a right side line. And you see, there each line has rules. There is one rule in here, and you can add as many as you want. Where you can select where the line starts, the rule line starts, and where it ends. So we are starting on the bottom, and it goes all the way on top. But we need more sections, so we let it end here. So that got rid of all that. The line is still here, we just can see it, and we add another rule. So next would go from here to here, but since it's the right hand line, there won't be anything. But we gotta connect that, and again hold shift to the bottom, bam, line in. Not a rule. Click, shift, click, line is in. And repeat it until we're at the end. So that line is sorted. Switching to the next line. This also is a right hand line. So solid where it connects to a filler, nothing where it doesn't connect to a filler. It ends there, starts at the bottom. So endpoint change to there. Add another rule, and so forth. You know the drill. Whoops, that was the wrong one. Solid. Good. And it ends here, there's nothing, so we're done with that line. Next line. This is a left hand line. So solid where it connects to a filler, dotted where it doesn't connect to a filler. So to get a dotted line, add a rule, connect, and then play with dash space and dash length. So dash length, let's make it to, I don't know, 0.2, maybe 0.3, and then the dash length as well to 0.3. Something about that. Of course, I already got me a template which is actually 0.3 by 0.3. So I recreated that very well. Following the line, we need a solid here to here, another dotted from here to here, another solid, holding shift, another dotted, another solid, and another dotted, all the way to the end. Good, so that line is sorted. And we simply apply these standards to all the lines. Dotted to the left, nothing to the right, solid wherever it connects to a filler. Good, that's done. So let's double check. We're going left, dotted line on the left. Going straight, dotted line on the left. Doesn't apply to the right, because that's all solid. Going left, dotted line on the left. Going straight, dotted line on the left. Dotted line on the left, on the left, on the left, and on the left. So that's all correct. So now that that is done, we can take care of the fillers. Let's do the tiny ones here first. They are the most easy to do. Let's just find them. I wish this mod had the feature that you could hover over it and click on it so to display it or select it in the list. So you don't have to go through all the list first. There's one. Good, it's the 4 last ones. They are simply to do, just color, go to default because we want them to be white. Good, so they are sorted. Now let's take care of the big ones. Having just a filler here is a little bit weird, so we want to do something fancy with it. And don't mind these graphical glitches, it doesn't matter for what we want to do. You could go now for pavement, or I prefer grass. It gives a nice contrast to the rest of the road. Give it some curb size, 0.2, yeah, 0.2. We want it to be offset from the line so we can actually see the lines, so 0.1 should be fine there. Elevation, just leave it like it is. So, I mean, you can lower it if you want to, but the default is usually fine and lines up with the curbs on the side of the road. And corner radius, so that's where it's getting fancy. Make it a little bit more roundish. 1.92. Yeah, if you go too far, it doesn't work right, so gotta play with that a bit. Maybe let's go for 1.5. Yeah, that looks right. And so we don't have to do it again. Let's copy that. Move to the next one. Paste. Next one. Paste. Next one. Paste. But now these corners are a little bit empty, aren't they? So we add some helping lines in. Grab the outer side of the road, go over there and hold Alt to do an empty line. Do that again from here to here, and from here to here, and from here to here. So that gives us these crossings. So we made a line here. So we have the connection points in here now. So I can make a filler for this side and I can make a filler for that side, which we will do now. Going from that to that, all the way down to here, to here, and up. So now make that a chevron. Make sure the left guiding line is on the left and the right guiding line is on the right. And that always looking good, but since the traffic is coming from here and from here, these deflect in the wrong direction, so simply invert. Now let's do the same on the other side, and if you forgot, by holding Alt, that's how you can start a filler or create a filler. And of course I could just copy from here, paste here, make sure the left guiding line is on the left, the right is on the right. And if that confused you from that perspective, simply rotate the cam. But now we need to deflect over there and there, so invert again. Now it's all right. And simply repeat that now for the other 3 islands. Good. Now we got that sorted. So double check your chevrons. Deflects the traffic in that direction, deflects in that direction, deflects in that direction, and in that direction. If you have trouble with these chevrons, it's quite simply to imagine. Let's imagine these chevrons are walls, and if a car comes and crashes into these walls, you want the angle to be like in a way that the car doesn't go into oncoming traffic but to the right side. Of course, if you have left-hand traffic because you're British or something, then it's all inverted. I mean, the rules of the chevrons still apply, but you would have that on the left side of the road and that on the right side. If that makes sense. I hope I didn't confuse it all. Alright, now let's take care of these fillers. So, paste again. And it's simply the same. We add chevrons here, so left guide needs to be on the left, right guide needs to be on the right. Now that's already right. We got traffic going here and here, so that deflects in that direction and deflects in that direction. So that's correct. And now do the same for the other 3. So now we are only left with 5. Let's do the other ones first. Let's just paste the chevron we had from earlier. That easily resets the color, but we don't want this to be chevrons. We want it to be stripes. And again, left guide on the left, right guide on the right. And an angle of 45 degrees. So the traffic here deflects in that direction, traffic coming here deflects in that direction. And again, repeat for the other 4. 3. I can count. Good, now we just need to do the middle one. Since it has to deflect in all directions, we make that simply a grid. Also, set the color to default and the angle to 45 degrees again. Of course, that doesn't match the thickness of the lines yet, of the stripes, so we need to change that. So let's just use the mouse wheel to scroll up until we get about the same thickness, like should be 0.5 around. Yeah, that looks right. And the step, we lower that until we get something like that. Yeah, that looks right. Good. So the markings are done. Of course, that's way over than for this kind of intersection, so I only want to show you what is possible and how to achieve it. So if you don't want to have the stuff in the middle, just don't do it. If you don't want to have that, don't do it. If you have your own standard, apply that. Go wild, do your own design. So now we need to take care of the traffic lights. And by default, the timed traffic lights are not enabled. So let's head to the settings. First we want to go to the maintenance tab, to the junction restrictions, turn on red. So enable that and enable timed traffic lights. So now we are going to junction restrictions and make sure to turn on right on red on all sides. Because as we set it up before, the right turn is never interfering with any other traffic, so they can turn right at any point. Now let's go to the timed traffic lights. And move it down. Come on, move down. Don't want to move down? Okay, then fine. But you can see in the background. Control plus click to quick setup. Let's do that. Control and click. So it's already set up. Of course, you can fine tune that, and for this tutorial it will be fine like it is. And because we enabled right on red, they can always go right. So I connected each road to an outside connection, which of course gives us way more traffic than this small intersection ever could handle, but will be fine to showcase in how it's working. And as you can see, it's working quite nicely. The right hand traffic can go right all the time, and they all stick to their lanes. Okay, now I want to show you how you get some plants on these islands. Because since the latest update, if you pick something that counts as tree and you hover on a road, it wants to replace the trees on that road, even if that road has no trees. So tree anarchy is not working, you can't place it here. But what you can do, you place it on this side, use move it, select it, Control C, and that lets you place it. So put a few flowers here and there to make it look nicer. And then simply delete that one. And at this point, just go wild with decoration. So, and that's what I came up with. I just added parks and trees, because I love trees. And you can see behind the first row of trees, there is also a bike lane. So, for all those that love the bike stuff in cities, there you go. There's a bike lane. I hope you learned something, and if you still have some questions left, just put them in the comments or join the Discord. Also, I always love to see what you guys come up with in terms of designs and beautification, decoration, whatever, so you can also post it on my Discord or tag me on Twitter. And if you liked the tutorial, make sure to subscribe and like. That would help me out a lot and helps the channel grow, so thank you for that. Also, if you got any future tutorial requests, leave it in the comments as well. Until then, have a great day. I see you hopefully next time. Bye bye!